Squanch!
So about a month ago, I wanted to make some plushies of one of my main characters from my comic series, In the Fog. His name is Alicus. There he is right there. He's the pink one, not the blue one. The blue one is Kreb. And I had no idea how to do it. Personally, I just wanted one for myself. I didn't want to make a bunch of them. But looking into it, realizing that a lot of people on Etsy are just using Chinese manufacturers to basically outsource creating plushies for you if you want a custom-made one. I just realized, why don't I just go right to the source instead of using some sort of middleman that's disguising as, oh, I'm doing my own thing. If you go on Etsy, you'll see there's some handmade ones, but a lot of these end up looking a lot like what you'll find on AliExpress, or Alibaba rather. So I thought that the process would be pretty easy. Turns out I was wrong. Even just from a standpoint of making a design and then sending it to them, you think, oh, immediately they're gonna have it first try. They gave me 3 free tries before it cost me anything else to quote-unquote fix the plushie. So I had to be very, very specific about exactly what I wanted from them. It went from a simple sketch, which I'll show right here, to a way more complex kind of guideline of what I wanted once I got the first picture from them. As you can see, the colors were wrong. Very wrong, but they had told me that the colors were still being worked on, so that, you know, that's not a fault of theirs. Another thing is I ended up looking up the Pantones of each color for my character, and I gave them every single color that was, you know, spot on. That way the character wouldn't end up looking any different from what he does in the cartoon. And I noticed that he was standing, just perfectly standing. I didn't really want that. I wanted something that more sat. I'll show you a couple of my inspirations here. These ones, the legs can bend. There's beads in the butt. Here's another plushie. This is made by Jellycat. And this one, I just like the quality of these plushies by Jellycat. His collar just didn't look right either. The way that it just poked out at the back, I didn't like that. I thought the collar should be fully round. But these are things that I forgot to tell them. You know, you think in your head, oh, I know this character. They don't. And so you really have to think about every little detail. That way they don't get confused on the design. I ended up asking for corduroy as the clothing, just for the sweater. And I was also asking for the collar and the sleeves to be corduroy, the sleeve ending pieces, little scrunchy bits. I think that something might have got lost in translation there though, because as you can see on the second design here, it doesn't quite show that. They didn't put corduroy for these bits, and on top of that, I think that the coloring got lost a bit with being a different, you know, material. So for the third and final one, I had to make sure, okay, we need to make sure that this color of collar goes well with this color of shirt. And so I did a little bit of an edit. Here's the edited photo. That's what that looked like. And with that photo, you can see I wanted the body to be a little bit smaller. The butt was way too large, so I wanted it to shrink down a bit. And I changed the color to a darker color for his collar. Now, that's not exactly accurate to his coloring in the cartoon, but it's accurate to what it should look like with your eye if you were to pull him out in real world. So the goal for today is I'm going to be doing a bit of advertising, I guess. Right here we have an ad, so we're going to remove that since it's now $25. I was doing a thing where it's $20 for just a couple days before the new year started. Got a few of the main things. Magnet hand, strawberry scented, autograph tag by creator, $25 plus free shipping. So the app I normally use for animation is Procreate on my iPad, and it works pretty well, but you can't add any sort of sound or anything to it, so you're kind of oblivious as to what mouth movement should look like when you're animating. So they just came out with this new program that is incredibly barbaric. It has so much work that needs to be done on it. But what I can use it for is at least taking video of myself doing the script and then animating the mouth movements to what they should look like in the final animation. Then, once I finish doing those animations, I'm going to export those, put it on my computer, frame by frame, pause it, and then animate it on the actual animation. While this is going to take me a while to do, and it's not the best way to do things, it will give me more of a sense of freedom, because I know exactly how many frames I need. I know how to pace out the movement and how to pace out the dialogue. It's just going to make things a lot easier in the long run, even though it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So right here we have a few key shots. This is Kreb about to grab his zipper to show Alicus his new trick. This is Kreb vomiting up a newly formed plushie. And then this is him catching it. So we've put all these out, that way I know what the in-betweens are gonna, where they're gonna be going basically. There's gonna be a few other poses I need to plan out with him, but right now, we just have a few of the most important ones. Hey Alicus, check this out. Blah.
Oh, Alicus! You know how you've been wanting a plushie of you for a while? Something cool like that? Well, check it out! Yeah, cool, huh? I got augmented so I can do that now.
I've got this little square around the mouth. That way I don't really...
Oh, Alicus!
Some frames it breaks the barrier a little bit, but most of them it doesn't. Keeps it kind of in shape. Then, another thing I did, so you can see,
Oh, Alicus!
it follows the head movement. This indicates there's going to be a cut. This is going to be a moment of Alicus walking in and then responding.
Yeah.
Next shot, he's going to be looking down to his left a bit. Or his right? I actually don't know, but he's looking, left right here. Now he looks over at Alicus again. Looks down to try to think. Put the hand up. Looks back up. Head bobs. Just little simple things, that way when I'm animating the actual scene, I don't really have to think about it too hard. I can just rough draft it here. Now when I'm looking back at my reference material, it's going to be a lot more helpful, because I can just look at, this is what the head should look like. I think there's a few things that obviously are going to have to change. When his head goes up and down, it goes in this, which it looks bad. So, in the actual version, head kind of, very slightly up and down, very slightly, maybe just like a hairline above. But, it makes it a lot easier just to sketch these things out. That way, when I go into the actual animation, I don't have to think too hard about where his head needs to be, what his mouth movement needs to look like. All this stuff will already be done on my computer at the right frame rate that it needs to be, and I can just worry about making the shot look good for the final production. It's gonna take a lot of work.